can do there's certain builds that the things coming off of their body, like mine specifically, is Material's Might, which is one of the Ubers. It's that while you're at full health, you get those holy bolts that come out. But I also have Dust Devils coming off from Whirlwind. But yes, every single build, I think, has a projectile-like thing that they can do. Druids have their landslides, sorcerers have everything, rogues have their bolts, necros have like bone spear, and barbarians. Yes, yep, we're done. I'm outside the dungeon. I'm over at Kovashed next to the statue.
I need time to...
And I'll grab some boss mats.
I'm not ready yet.
Some of that. For changing the world tier. Nope, Kovashed's the only one. Kovashed has the world tier tree, and then there is the Tree of Whispers, just to the south of Kovashed. Or you get enough Grim favors saved up. It's a really good way of getting money as well. So close. Yeah, you are close. Alright, so I grabbed, I grabbed boss mats for Anduriel, Farshawn, Rig, Beast, Zur, and Duriel. What am I missing? Okay. So I have boss mats for all 6 tormented bosses. We can go do Duriel first. Set up. Not bad. You can just wait right here in town. I'll run over there, and then once I'm in the dungeon itself, because there's even bosses at the beginning of the dungeon. Once I'm in the summon area, I'll let you know, and then you can just teleport right to me. Yes. Yeah, so if you just stay in a major town next to the waypoint, and then go through my portal, it'll take you to wherever I'm at. Yeah. I'm really, so I was pretty big into Diablo 3, and I've really enjoyed this game so far. I know there are a lot of people have some complaints on it, comparing it to Diablo 3, but it took Diablo 3 a long time to get to the game that it was there at the end. Like, we didn't have seasons for a while, and everything that's come out for this game so far has been excellent. I think so the gameplay itself, the thing that I've always said about Diablo 4, where I think it's gonna damn near not take the world over, but be one of the top games sooner rather than later, is the gameplay itself is so fun and engaging that once we add all the creature comforts that we've had, like party finders and mercenaries, like there's so much from 3 that we haven't had in this game, like any of the Easter egg things, gear sets, mercenaries, a trade house. Like, how many people played this game? I'm at the boss summon, by the way. I'd imagine that's gonna come eventually. I mean, it has to. You can trade, yes. There is a chat. There is, and there's Discord servers for that, and there's also a trade tab inside the chat, just for trading, where people can post stuff to sell or to buy. All right, so we'll do Duriel first. So
I need time.
one thing, I like to stand right back here because he's going to do a shout. It's going to push you back. If you stand right here, then you can recover much faster. And yeah, he'll do this. He'll pop out of his hole. If I don't kill him fast enough, he'll go back underground and spawn 2 other minions with him. So now he's gone underground. He'll dig himself, and he's immune when he starts digging. The only thing is if you can apply bleed damage to him, he can die underground. But I don't have a bleed build right now. And he's dead. That's Duriel. And they, so starting this season, last season they didn't have it. This altar right here will respawn, so we can spawn the boss as many times as we want without having to leave. We used to have to, as a group, leave the dungeon, reset the dungeon, and then walk back through here. But now they've done it to where the altar just respawns. Right. Want what? No, so everything that you see on the ground, everybody has their own loot. So anything you physically see is yours. I can't see yours and you can't see mine. So there's no stealing from other people. But if I was to drop something that I just picked up, you can now see it. So like you could take that if you wanted. Drop some GAs, I don't know what to use, but alright, so that is Duriel. So now we can go to the next one. Let's go back to town. I'll let you know when we're at the next one. We'll go do Anduriel next. This is the one that no matter how much damage you do, well, that's not true. There's been a couple times where I've done enough damage to kill her immediately, but she'll always spawn, typically she'll always spawn at least 1 or 2 waves. And I'll show you what that is. Once you do enough damage to her, she'll become immune, and she'll disappear, and then there will be 3 altars that you have to destroy that are inside bubbles. So you cannot do damage to them from outside the bubble. You have to go inside the bubble, do the damage, and then go to the next one. So like characters that have area of effect damage can't just stand in the middle and just smoke everything.
Father bless. What do you need?
Yeah. But I'm in the summon area. Nice.
You can take what's left.
Yeah. And you know about destroying legendary gear that has aspects, you get to save those aspects. So yeah, so if you drop anything that has that's orange, that's legendary, so the words that are in orange, you'll see words in orange and then blue lettering, and the blue lettering is how high or how good that aspect is. If you ever get an aspect or destroy a legendary item that has a stronger aspect on it than what's in your codex will be updated to that higher number. So then you can go to the occultist and put that on whatever you want. So there's no, say you get a high roll on your aspect, but the other rolls are crappy, you can just destroy that and then put that on something else. It's nice. Yes. So So the codex, let me look real quick. Yeah, so yeah, your codex of power. If you go to the blacksmith, destroy a piece of equipment that has a better aspect on it,
Nicely.
you can then go to the cultist where you can put aspects on items. If you've destroyed a high level aspect, you keep that forever. I'll take you to Kovashad and show you around a little bit. Yeah, so do I. I like the setup of Kyovashad the best. The blacksmith is close to the cultist. Your stash is right there. The vendors are right there. Yes, they're in all major cities. Any city that has a blacksmith in it and like vendors, for the most part, will have a wardrobe in it as well. So, are
Well
you talking
struck.
about when you just press? Are you using a controller or mouse and keyboard? So yeah, if you push down on the D-pad, that automatic teleport that it's doing is just going to take you to the closest major city. Whereas if you go to the map and then click like Kyovashad, it'll just take you to wherever you want, obviously. But if you just press down on the D-pad for the quick travel, just to the closest major city. Yeah, if you click on that mount inside your inventory, that is unlocking a new mount cosmetic. So then, account bound. So you will share that across all characters. I mean, there's no way of destroying it. So like if you were to go to the blacksmith and try and salvage or anything, there's no way to get rid of it. So it's either going to take up space in your inventory or take up space in your stash. So really there's no point in just use it, get rid of it, and then you don't have to equip it if you don't want to. Because once you claim it, you have to change to that mount by going to the stable master and actually changing your horse and your barding and your trophy. Yeah, oh yeah, I'm sure you got it from Duriel. Yeah, certain creatures have a drop transfer. Like so, each world boss has their own horse barding, and then certain areas drop certain kinds of mounts. And mounts are a fairly rare drop. It's a pretty low drop chance for certain mounts. Like I've been playing this game for several seasons, and let's see, how many hours am I in this one so far? I'm 101 hours on this character. I still don't even have all the world boss barding yet. No, they're all the same. No, because even if you buy a mount, even if you're early in the game and you go to the shop and buy a mount, you can't unlock the mount until a certain point. Like if you were to play the game, if you were to play the game and not skip the storyline or whatever like that, you wouldn't get them out until a certain level. It's been so long since I've not skipped the storyline that I don't remember what level or at what point you get the horse, but yeah, you don't unlock mounts. So yes, if I remember right, if you don't skip the prologue, yes, there is a certain quest and a certain point to where you can get them out. And if I remember correctly, it's kind of deep into the storyline that you actually get them out. I think it's definitely not Act 1. I know it's in Act 2 or 3 that you actually get them out. Yeah. Yes. Alright, so you're gonna die immediately, obviously, just from her spawning. But I won't kill her until she pops. Stand right here in the middle, next to this altar. That way you have a better view of everything that's gonna go on. Because she doesn't move, she's gonna stay right here at this altar. Now it's what you're damage. I did not want to spawn the third wave. That sucks. Yes, there is a whirlwind on the edge of the map. If you go, so she has it, and so does Beast and Ice has the whirlwind around the outside. That does pretty decent damage. Alright, so that's her. Now, I'm gonna go back to Kovashad, destroy things, and then we'll do Beast and the Ice. Yeah, it's horrible, man. It's one of my biggest complaints from this season. It's a smallish complaint, but her and Beast in the Ice both can drop right next to the altar. It's much easier to get the Beast in the Ice to move away from the altar beforehand, before you kill him. But yeah, she doesn't move. You have to get either the right angle. If you have a mouse and keyboard, you can put your mouse over the item names and pick them up easier. That's what I do, because I run a controller, but I'm playing on my computer, so I have a mouse right next to me just to move and click on items. Yes, yes, you are. When it comes to like gear console players, they get very mad sometimes, and I feel bad. I'm just like, hey, use your mouse, and they're like, I'm on Xbox. They're like, I don't know what to tell you. And now you can't even pick up the stuff. It is unfortunate, but I'm sure they're working on some kind of fix. Alright, I'm running to Beast now.
Father bless. What do you need?
So tempering is, that's another thing that you will progress as the story goes on. So you will drop, I don't know what they're, transcripts, manuscripts, manuals, or whatnot. And those certain classes will drop certain ones. So once you pick them up and do that, then once you go to the blacksmith, the third tab over will be tempering, and you can put 2 on an ancestral legendary. You can put 2 tempers. On a sacred legendary, you can only put 1. And sacreds drop in World Tier 3. World Tier 4 is when ancestral legendaries will drop, and that'll be, so I don't know how much gears drop for you yet, but there'll be the legendaries are the orange ones. If it is tinged in, what is it, like a cream color border, then it's a sacred. If it has a white border, then it's an ancestral and can handle more tempers. And that's tempering has been the bane of my existence for a while, because once you go to the blacksmith, you have 6 categories that you can pick from: offense, defense, utility, mobility, and resource. And certain items can only take certain tempers, like amulets can take all of them, but then you have like 6 or 7 different tempers that you can pick from, and each one of those tempers has 3 to 5 possibilities, and you only have a certain amount of tempers, so you kind of roll the dice to see what you get. And it can really boost your stuff. So it's just essentially adding 2 more rolls to each piece of equipment. But once you get to the end of those tempers, you only have a certain amount, like 6 or 7 or 8, depending on how many GAs are on the legendaries. And if you don't get the rolls you want within those rolls, that's it. You can't temper anymore. And then we call it bricking. No, but they are coming in the next season. In this is DLC that they're releasing, there is going to be scrolls of retempering, which is awesome. So I love it. That's why I'm really liking this game, because it feels like, especially nowadays, it's one of the few games where the developers are actually listening to people and taking constructive criticism or suggestions from people, and it's a very nice breath of fresh air compared to some other games where they really just don't give a shit. Yeah.
Anything else?
Right. I don't. It confuses me as well. I'm not quite sure. Especially because it's like some of the simple creature comforts. Like, obviously the game developers are gamers themselves. You know what I mean? You know what a gamer wants. Why would you not add that in? You know what I mean? I don't know if it's to keep our interest in, kind of like what Apple does. They just stay behind the times and slowly add little by little by little to keep our interest. But I don't know. I'm at the boss summon, by the way. When you're ready. Alright. Yeah. It would be nice. The thing I'm really looking forward to, that I want them to do eventually, is kind of like a loadout system, like a one quick button that will change everything around, especially when it comes to like the Paragon board, because when it goes into changing my build, like doing that Paragon board is just a nightmare when you have 280 some odd, you know, points that you have to use and rotating boards. Yeah. Alright, so I always like to stand off to the side with him and get him away from that altar. But yeah, he's gonna kill you immediately. Oh, shit, I killed him too quick. Here, we'll do it one more time. I'll spawn him again real quick so you can see what his little stage looks like. Yes, very much so. When it comes to boss, like what we're doing right now, Uber bosses or tormented bosses, movement speed is not really super necessary. But when you start doing like nightmare dungeons or pits or even horde, you definitely want movement speed. Definitely. Alright, we'll do one more time real quick. I won't kill him so quickly on the stage. Oh, I'm not even trying to kill him. Okay, there we go. See, he has an outside one as well, and then he'll spawn these icicles that you have to dodge. Yes. Yes, he does. If I don't dodge those icicles will push me into the outside edge. And it, even to me, God, like that. I got lucky there that icicle actually pushed me into this column and stopped me from going to the edge. Yeah, that edge sucks. I'm gonna head back to Cove Shed.
I cannot carry more.
Break all this stuff down. And then we'll go to Zero. Zero will be next.
My bags are full. My bags are full.
Yes, that would be ideal.
I cannot.
So that is a GA. So when you see one that has a star next to the aspect, that means that's a max roll aspect. So they all have a range, right? If you look next to it, like 600 to 700 or whatnot, if it has a star next to it, that's the max. It's a max roll plus some. So yes, those GAs are more rare. Definitely. Yes, very much so. In the correct thing, but yes. Finding a GA where you want. But you can also re-roll aspects as well. But you can't. No. No, I mean, yeah, if you were to find a perfect GA in all 3 slots that you wanted, that would be awesome. But I, 100 hours in, have yet to find a perfect GA and everything that I need. I do have some 3 GAs and 4 GAs in my stash, but so once you pick up the item, a GA, the GA will be at the very top. You'll see the item, and then there'll be a star at the top of the item when it's in your inventory, and then when you scroll over to the top of it, the GA will be next to whatever is upgraded. If you just teleport back to town real quick, so there's a I do a lot of speed running of boss farming and stuff like that. So if you teleport back to town, do whatever you want with whatever's in your inventory, then go to your stash, the game will automatically pick up a few of those items for you. You can just go to your stash, the very first tab, there'll be like a vertical list. You can just click those, put those in your inventory, and then teleport back, go back through your portal to wherever we were at, pick up the rest of your items, and then come back to town. Yes. Nope. Nope. If you come back to town, do whatever you want with the stuff, and then go right back through your portal, then you're golden. All your stuff will still be there. Yes and no. If you teleport back to town, and then go back through your portal, so like say you're out in the field, you drop and leave something, you teleport directly back to that spot, it'll still be there. But if you run away, I think it goes away. Yeah, that sucks. I've done it a few times, especially when, not too much this season, but last season when I was doing Hell Tides quite a bit. When you kill the Blood Maiden and she drops too much stuff, I've teleported from her and gone back. Sometimes my stuff there, The worst is when you're with like a good group of randoms at the Blood Maiden, and then you teleport to town, and then you teleport back, and it like switched you servers or something like that, and now those people aren't there anymore, and it's like, damn it, those were some good dudes. We were killing her quick.
Fair trade.
No, I wasn't in a party with them. Just running up to the Blood Maiden and just seeing who else was standing there. If I was to leave the area and come back, you could switch the servers. I've done the same thing with world bosses. Say you go to a world boss area and you don't like who's standing around, like just a bunch of low levels, or you just want a high level guy there. If you teleport to town, run around, and then go back there, sometimes it's a totally different group. It'll spawn you into a different area or a different server, and different people will be sitting there. Yeah. So gold is account bound, but it's also bound to what you're playing. So like your Eternal Realm gold will be stuck in your all your Eternal Realm characters, and then all your seasonal characters will share gold as well. So no, you can't really. Well, actually, no, that is true. Yes. So if you were to start, so we're in a seasonal realm right now. Obviously, if you were to go and start another seasonal character, you would share gold. Yep. Here, trade with me. Here, I'm gonna start a trade with you real quick. Put it in the trade, but don't like confirm the trade. I just want. Oh, what happened? It won't even let me trade with you. Huh. So a white book. Could it be a white book in your inventory? Is it in the first page of your inventory? Oh, nice. That's a really good one. Fists of Fate are good. A lot of builds use Fists of Fate. I have quite a few Fists of Fate in my stash right now.
Not yet
That's one of the few things I'm actually farming right now is a GA crit chance Fist of Fate with high damage, with the max 300 damage. Yeah, if it's a Fist of Fate, I'd just hold on to that. It probably has a white lock on it because you're not a high enough level to equip it yet. I would hold on to that. I would just put it in your stash, depending on what. Yeah, interesting. I just I'll put it in your stash for now. So those are trophies for your mount. So there's 3 tabs when you go to the Stable Master. There's the actual horse skin itself, and then there's the barding, which is the armor that goes on your horse, and then the 3rd tab is going to be cosmetics. So whatever trophy you attach to either the back hind quarter of your horse or the front leg of your horse, depending on what cosmetic it is. It's just another additive. Just another cosmetic to add to your horse. Just another simple click on it, it'll claim it, it'll go to the Stable Master, and you don't really have to do anything with it if you don't want to. I don't know, that's weird. Nah, just one by one. There might be a way, I don't know it. I'm gonna head to Zur real quick. I will let you know when I'm in the boss area. Zur kind of takes a minute to get to. Well, not really, but... Trying to think. I mean, all the time, essentially, legendaries are always going to be better. because legendaries have more aspects rolled on them. So
Need something for it?
legendaries. Probably 40-ish. 40-ish probably. I mean, even then, I don't even think you'd really start, because technically you wouldn't be leaving World Tier 2 until probably, if you're a really good build and some decent drops, you would probably attempt World Tier, the first capstone at maybe level 40 something, because it's a level 50 capstone. And even at that level, you probably won't have a full stash of legendaries. You could.
Came apart nicely.
Yes. No, you can. So once you go to, even if you go to sell a piece of item, even if you go to sell an item, or if you go to the blacksmith, I don't remember what it looks like because it's been so dang long. My codex has been maxed out for a minute, but they'll be in the top right corner of the item's picture when it's in your inventory. When you're talking to either the seller or the blacksmith, there'll be like a hammer and sickle looking thing, or like a hammer, a little white hammer logo. That means that the legendary or the codex power that's on that legendary is higher than what's in your codex right now. Yeah, I don't remember what it looks like. It's been so long. But so a lot of players will do that. So when you're farming certain items or you have a bunch of legendaries, they'll go to the seller first, sell everything that doesn't have that logo, and then go to the blacksmith and destroy everything that does, so that they can upgrade the
What's left?
codex. I'm at the boss summon real quick. Only on your item in the inventory, if I remember correctly, while you're talking to the blacksmith or to the seller. Yes. Could be. Here, let's do this. Next time we do this, because so I'm at the boss summon right now. If you come to the boss summon, whatever drops, pick something that a sorcerer, just a regular legendary or anything. Pick anything that has an aspect or a legendary aspect on it. Drop it for me. I'll go to town because it'll be a sorcerer aspect, which I have none of, and I can tell you exactly what the symbol will look like. But just pick something trashy that doesn't matter. So a focus is a sorcerer only item. That'll be one of your offhand things. Sacred means that it is a like a step below, I guess, because there's two different kinds of legendaries. There's sacred and ancestral. Sacred is the lesser of the two, I guess. You can only put one temper on it. I've never played a sorcerer before. I know a focus is sorcerer. It's essentially like a second weapon, kind of.
Come back if you need work.
It's like something you'll go ahead.
Anything else?
Now, so you'll see your movement speed. You'll actually see movement speed inside one of the aspects. So like boots typically have it. You can get it on an amulet. You'll actually see where it says movement speed. Yeah, I'd either drop it or put. I've had that happen a few times. I haven't had it happen this season yet, but yes, I've had it happen. It was a big problem last season, where the temper manuals that you would get. I don't think you can trade it now. I don't think you can trade it with someone. I don't even think they'd be able to see it, honestly. It'll either disappear or it'll automatically be put in your stash. They can be a pain sometimes. Alright. So Zer's gonna spawn from up here. He's gonna come right out of the wall here. He has I'm trying to think if he has phases. I mean, he has different abilities he'll do, like he'll spawn blood blisters and he'll kind of protect himself and up his damage resistance, but I don't. Yeah, you'll see him on the ground. It'll be, the floor will just be. I'll give it a few seconds. Let you see what he's gonna spawn. We'll do that. There they are. That's what I was talking about. Alright, let him kill you real quick. Die. Hold on. He also does a thing where while you're attacking him, he can do this thing where he'll do this shout and it'll push you back and kind of like enfeeble you and stagger you. Alright. So drop something a sorcerer would pick up. If you have an orange item that a sorcerer would normally get, like a focus or something that doesn't have a GA, drop it real quick. Just any. Yeah, don't drop no GAs, because it's gonna. Well, I could give it back to you. I just want to see what it looks like, that symbol. So whatever you pick sorcerer wise that's orange, just drop it real quick. I'll give it back to you. No. Drop it. Do you see this? Do you see anything on the ground? Yeah, it says trade canceled immediately. I don't know what's going on. That's kind of odd. Huh. Yes. It says trade canceled like you're canceling the trade. Oh, if it's an actual setting? I don't know if it's an actual setting. Let's look. There might be. Gameplay. Yeah. That's alright. We just head back, go do the final. Or we got a couple more here. I need to go to get a drink of water real quick. Give me 2 seconds. Alright, I'm back. Let's see here. I'm gonna head back to town real quick. Destroy this stuff, and then we will head to... Okay, so who have we done? We've done Andy, Beast, Zur, Duriel. So we've done the 4 major ones. Now we'll go do the 2 lesser ones. Barshan and Rig. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what's going on with all that. One of us might have to... I don't know. No, I looked real quick too. I didn't see anything specifically. But here, come over. Okay, so yeah. Here's the sellers, blacksmith, tempering.
Need
If you
something
go to the
for?
blacksmith is the 3rd one over, and then masterworking's the 4th. I don't know if you even can see all 4 tabs in the blacksmith yet at your level. You wouldn't want to anyways. Tempering, you really don't even really want to start tempering until you have some halfway decent gear, because especially early out levels, the resources it takes to temper some things, you won't really want to waste those on crap gear. Yeah, so that depends on what piece of equipment you click. So like here, I have some of mine are blacked out. So if you pick weapon, like a weapon can only do weapons and offensive. Pants, if I was to pick pants, like pants can only do defensive and utility. Rings can only do offense and resource. Yes. 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 So once you pick like the weapon you want to upgrade, and then you pick the recipe, right? Either weapon or offensive, then you pick one of those several options, and then when you scroll over the top of it, you'll see like several options, you know what I mean? When you temper, one of those options is going to be the temper, and in between that range that you see as well. Like if I pick weapon and go down to ferocious augment, I can either get upheaval size, hammer the ancient size, damage, and then there's a percentage range as well. When you get to like really high levels and max level, that's where min-maxing will come in a lot, of getting max rolls on tempers and max upgrades on masterworking. So once you get to higher levels and you've collected more manuals, you'll see much more options. But yes, the tempering is the manuals. Nope. Yes. I don't know about that. Like, I don't know if you can put a legendary temper on like a low level. You may or may not. Yeah, so there's blue, yellow, and then Or does it go blue then yellow or yellow then blue? I can't ever remember. Yeah. Yeah, so magic is the lower one. So magic is lesser, then rare will be yellow, and then legendary will be orange. So there'll be 3 of every single recipe. So there'll be a blue, yellow, and an orange for every recipe. But once you get the orange, the legendary tempering manual, another one shouldn't drop for you. That's the max rolls that you can get for that. So the codex powers, if you come, I don't know if you could see the map where I'm standing, just to the south of you, right over here. This is where the codex will be.
All
So
right,
the very
traveler.
first page will be the codex, where you'll click your item, and then you'll click your codex of power, and then all your powers should be there. And you can see a number like yep, exactly. Yes, that means that you've destroyed a massive yes. And then second is your sigils, which is your nightmare dungeons and your infernal horde. Third's obviously the destroy them, and then fourth, enchant items is where you can pick one of the GA or one of the roles on legendaries. You can't change roles on uniques, but like one of your roles, one of your regular roles on the items, you can re-roll one of them. But if you you don't ever want to pick a GA, because if you re-roll a GA, you lose the GA, and you can't. Yeah, no. So you won't. GAs don't go in the codex. GA is for an aspect. Codec is for a legendary power. So the GA, if say I come to the occultist, I go to the 4th tab, right, and I want to re-roll something. If I pick a GA as one of the things to re-roll, you can't roll a GA. You can only pick up a GA. I don't know if that's making. I'm probably not explaining it very good. So, are you under what tab? The 1st tab or the 4th tab? To replace a fix of yes. So once you click that, right, 4th tab, you put an item in there, you'll see the 3 boxes, right? If you were to pick something that had a GA next to it, you would lose that GA. You would lose the max rollness of it, if that makes sense. No, so the red dot is which one you're picking to change. So you're picking one of those 3 or 2, however many aspects are there. That you're picking that one, and then once you pick that one, that's the only one you can change from now on. So the other 2 are set in stone. You'll never be able to change those. Yes. No, it'll give you it'll give you 3 options. It'll give you 2 different roles, and then it'll give you a don't change the aspect roll. So you could either keep the 60%, or it'll give you 2 random ones that you can pick from. Yes. Either way, yes. Believe me, once you get to high levels and you really start re-rolling some of it gets super expensive, super fast. I think it's maxed out right now price-wise at like 4.7 million per roll, but yeah, it gets super expensive super fast. You can get them technically at any level. A true sigil is what you get from destroying legendary gear. I don't even know if that's tradable. No. I believe if you do Infernal Horde, the match chest at the end of Infernal Horde, I think drops up 2 sigils. I don't remember. I'm looking at my inventory right now. I have 14,000 of them. I don't know. Most of that's just from destroying legendaries. So that's from destroying the yellow items. Yes. It says jewelry because you have true sigils is what you would use for upgrading jewelry. Coiling ward is what you would use for upgrading armor. There's the sigils for jewelry and wards for the armor. And then there's baleful fragments for weapons. So there's 3 different crafting materials. Yes. Yes, you do. So a sigil is you will get from just regular play from Infernal Hordes or Nightmare Dungeons. The sigils are going to be the talismans that you use to summon Nightmare Dungeons, and then the compasses you use to summon Infernal Hordes. You can destroy those. So say I got some low level ones I don't care about, or when it comes to Nightmare Dungeons, if I don't like the pros and cons of it, I can destroy it, break it down into sigil powder, and then craft. You go to the second tab, you can craft different tier levels. Say I have a bunch of level 60s that I don't need or like, I can destroy all those and then use that sigil powder to craft a higher tier one with higher level monsters. Yes. Yes. I don't know. It's pretty good because there's been some times where I've destroyed quite a bit of sigils trying to get a Nightmare Dungeon 100 with 20%
right now.
extra glyph experience, and I would say you lose probably half. It depends on the level of the sigil. So I believe higher level sigils. So let me look real quick. So like to craft one sigil Nightmare Dungeon that's 91 to 100, it would cost me 450 sigil powder per. I would imagine I probably only get 225 if I was to destroy one from within that level range. It kind of sucks. But it kind of makes sense. It stops people from just crafting and destroying, crafting and destroying, crafting and destroying until they get 20% glyph experience or something that benefits their build. You're re-rolling, so do you have any orange equipment? Like legendary equipment? Okay, so if you look at the orange equipment, at the very bottom of it will be the orange words, right? You see those? Right. So within that 11,000, that should be the color blue, right? Exactly. So yes, that's what that codex is. Say you had a piece of gear that dropped that had good aspects on it, but it had low numbers there, or it had a legendary power that you don't care about, but you like the aspects on it. You can take that and then put your max level aspect on there. Yeah, I don't know. That would be weird. I'm gonna head to. Let's see, who are we gonna head to? Oh, I'll head. So travel to with me, or come to me over to this tree of power, or tree of whispers. I can show you the tree of whispers too. Is this the malignant
Father
burrows right
bless.
over there for
What do you need?
Varshan? No, this is Greg over here, not Varshan. I think it's more personal preference, really, for cosmetics. It depends on what you want. Like, I don't know. I think some of the ones in the shop are pretty good. Some of my best cosmetics I've gotten from the shop. When it comes to the horse, um, the PvP area, there's a special kind of current. So if you go into your inventory at the very bottom, you'll see the gold, right? And then you'll see next
I
to it,
am
you'll see
not
the
yet
purple. That's
capable
the
of that.
obals. And then next to that is like a red leaf. Those are the blood petals. Those are what you get from the PvP area. And you can get some pretty cool horses and horse armor in the PvP area.
Salvage.
But besides that, no, there's no like certain area that drops better cosmetics. It's all personal preference. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, there's no real negative from getting the cosmetic from it because you don't use it if you don't want to. You don't have to put the cosmetic. You don't have to go to the wardrobe and change the look if you don't want to. No, not really, because for each, I mean, there are a lot. I would say for like armor and stuff, each armor probably has 30-ish at least. Swords and weapons will each have at least a dozen or so, probably 15 to 20. So, I mean, there is a lot to look through, yes, but it just adds more customability, really. If it's like cosmetics to me recently, I guess have been more important because I've kind of done everything else. So, what else is there to do really besides look cooler? But if you don't want to get into cosmetics, there's no reason to. It's not like, so I've played Final Fantasy 14 as well, where cosmetics is much bigger deal than it is in this game. At least from the community that I've seen, nobody really cares what you look like whatsoever. Mm, I don't know what. So the orange star is so the orange. So you'll have an orange star next to the name, if it's so next to at the very top of the piece of equipment when you're hovering over it, you'll have a star for every GA star there is. If there's only one next to the name, you just got to look at the rolls and see which one it's next to. But every GA, it won't have a range next to it. Once it's next to the actual, so like, say it's strength or life or dodge chance or whatever, if it's an actual GA, you'll have the star next to it and there'll be no range because there is no range for a GA. It's max. Yeah. Yeah. The other thing is at a low level, I wouldn't worry about items too much because so hover over a piece of equipment at the very top of it, you'll see item power, right? So yeah, 925 is the highest. So I wouldn't really focus on what's good or what's not. Like obviously put something that's cohesive to your build, but don't focus on it too much because you're just going to end up destroying all of this anyways. Once you get to 925 and in that area, then start being more picky on what you save, what you don't
Come back
save,
if you need
because
work.
you're gonna once you get your code or
Well
Blizzard
struck.
gives you your game back or whatnot, you're gonna go through those lower ones so quick.
Raise the father.
I'm in the boss area, by the way. Oh, I can just leave the dungeon real quick. I'll go right outside. Oh, you're there. Shit. Alright, I'm headed back. My bad. Just stay right there. I'm coming to you. Alright, here we go. I don't do Barshan very often, so not super positive on all these different little. I know he's much harder to kill than some of these other ones. Let's see, let's run around and see what he does. Alright, so we have some minions, alright.
I cannot do that.
Let's kill him. This boy don't want to die. I believe so. Dude, it's been so long since I played the prologue and the actual, like, parts of the game. Yeah. Oh shit, you did, I forgot. Bring you back real quick. Alright, so that's Barshan. And then there's only one tormented boss left, and that is Grig. I will head to Grig real quick. Yes, that is Varshan after the meltdown. Yes, so there's always a regular Varshan, and then so every boss that we've done, there's two versions of it: the regular version and then the tormented version. Everything that we've done so far has been the tormented version, the level 200. Yes. Yes. Yes, the regular ones are level 100. The tormented are 200. There's a drastic difference. I would say the difference between the level 100 and the 200 is way more than double. I would say
Father bless.
10
What do
times
you
as
need?
hard, probably. And then it also scales from how many people are in your party. So the damage itself will not change, but their health will. So, say we have 2 people in the party, he's going to have essentially twice as much. Yes. Well, depending on how it is. Like, if you're a high level guy, like for me, having you in the party just makes the bosses harder. They just have twice as much health. But if you can get 4 people that like buff each other, like me being a barbarian, I have my shouts that buff everybody else around me. So putting me in a party with like a sorcerer and a rogue and a druid and something, we're gonna do better than I would alone because instead of 4 people putting out 1,000 damage, now everybody's putting out more. So it would negate that extra health. I'm at the final boss area, by the way. No. No. Orange Star. The only thing I know when it comes to Orange Star wise is that's what a GA is, the God aspect or greater aspect, whatever. I wish I could trade. I wish I could trade with you so you could show me what you're looking at, and I could show you like an example of a GA or max roll, so you could see the difference. Yeah, but I never got that direct message from you, so I can open Discord right now. Yes, I'm in Discord right now. I'm in my direct messages. No, I don't. That's what I'm saying. I don't have very many. Is I'm also not like super good with Discord on how it all works, and I've just pretty much use it to do find other people. Just use the Sanctuary D4. So I go to my direct messages, right? It shows me all the different people. Yeah. What's your name? I do. It shows that I have 13, but then I can't see like where those 13 are at because I only have like 4 or 5 people right here. Oh no, here we go. I found it. So right there, sent you a friend request, accept Zod. Okay, there. The destroy it. There we go. Okay, now I got it. Yep, we got it. Let's look. Okay, so I'm looking at the screenshot right now. I don't see what red star. Are you talking about the very bottom of the item? That red like boxy looking thing? Yeah. I'm looking at the screenshot you sent me. So the green, right? The green, yes. The green means like 34% shadow resistance. The green box means that will up your shadow resistance by 34, which means you have 0 right now. The gray. Go ahead. Sorry. Yeah, that's odd. So the having an orange star next to something that has the blue numbers, that would the only time you can have something like that is on a unique. So a unique can have a GA on the actual ability. In uniques, you can't do anything to it. Okay, yes. Yes, so that star that you see right there, that next to Thorn and next to damage or dodge chance, that is a GA. That is a max roll. That is a higher than max roll. So where above Thorns, right, you have maximum life, which is 638 to 837. Even if you were to have a max roll 837, um, a GA would be higher than 837. So you can see where with the thorns and the dodge chance, it doesn't have the gray numbers in parentheses of what the range is because it's already max. So yes, that is a GA. Correct. I mean, some people will know just from playing a long time, like, and seeing different gears, what like a lower roll would be. You know. Yes, I see what you're saying. Yes. The orange star. I don't. That orange star is so. Let me see if I have if any of my uniques. Bosch. Yeah, so that's a GA. That is a maximum life GA for sure. That's the same star. That's the regular GA star. Yes. You always want to find GA gear. GA is always better. Whoa, what just happened? No. Nope. You can have so many different things rolled on different pieces. There are certain aspects that'll only be rolled on certain kinds of items, but there are dozens of different ones. They pull from it pulls from the entire pool that there is to pull, and then there's also class specific GAs as well. So like you can get aspects and GAs for certain skills or for certain sorcerer only things. Like you could get something that would up your mana, whereas I would get something that would up my fury, which is our resource pool. You could get some aspects dropped for a sorcerer skill, whereas me as a barbarian, armor will never drop that's class specific. So you'll also get no so I can carry weapons that you can't carry. So I will never get like a totem or a staff or a focus dropped for me, whereas you could, and you would never be able to get like a two-handed mace or a bludgeoning weapon or something like that, whereas I could.